Hello. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I thought I would make a video just to shout out all my readers and just tell you a little bit about what I'm thankful for and then read from a little book that I often read on days like this besides the Bible. Um, truly, I'm thankful to God for all of his goodness. God has been faithful to me beyond reason. Sometimes I can't even find the words to describe how grateful I am to God. And it's not just Thanksgiving morning that I wake up and thank him, it's every day because uh, honestly, I'm in debt to him. So thank God for this wonderful life that he has given me. And even though there's certainly been a lot of difficulties, being able to make this video and being able to live and breathe and talk and love and live is certainly a manifestation of God's power and his love. So happy Thanksgiving. On that note, I know that Thanksgiving is a day that normally people spend time with their families, and um, I'm not spending time with my my main family today because they're in Seattle and Washington. However, I just wanted to send them a shout out, just a shout out to my grandma. She's in Portland, and to my little brother. Oh, I should start with my mom too. My mom, I love my mom so much. I'm going to give her a call. And to my little brothers and my nephew Miles, love him. And just all of my family, all my cousins, and my Facebook family, all the readers. I'm so grateful for all of you. I love you. And certainly, I'm going to make an effort to tell you more often, not just on the holiday. So, um, I wanted to just say that today, oops, my little sign fell. Today is one of those days where a lot of pet peeves are developed. And I know it's a day to be grateful, so I don't mean to start off the day in a negative light. However, I know that some people just don't know how to act. And I think that people are so accustomed to um, how to behave in their own company, in their own house. But this is a holiday where people come together and families come together and having some experience with spending lots of Thanksgivings in whatever state and city I live in. I have learned that there are some things that you just don't do. And then there's some things that you do when you go to people's houses and so on and so forth. So I wanted to share all of those things and um, it's in fact, I don't know. Many years ago, I got this book called it's called "How to Be" by Harriet Cole. It's her guide to how African Americans should carry themselves, and really, what it is just a book of suggestions that are really birthed out of the experience of this particular African American. She's sharing that with other people. And she has a couple tips that I want to read with regard to um, Thanksgiving that I think perhaps might be helpful for you if you're someone who is uh, getting ready to go and do some visiting today. Maybe even for those folks that have been cooked. Just one of the things I think is important for today is not to forget to thank the individuals who labored in the kitchen, because sometimes those individuals go overlooked, and they get overlooked, and they probably spend all night in the kitchen. They probably took yesterday off work to cook. So make sure that you thank them for the time and effort that they spent, because it will probably take you just about 10 or 15 minutes to finish your food, but it took them 10 or 15 hours to complete all of the things that they cook. So they take the time to appreciate them, not just individually, but try to do that over the dinner table if that setting is if you have that setting. Anyway, I just wanted to read backwards. I just want to read a couple things from this book. First of all, I think that yeah, sometimes we celebrate things we don't necessarily know the history. So it's also important to know the history of Thanksgiving, and I think many of you know that it was a founding activity. The genesis of this great holiday is that um, pilgrims sat down and feasted with Native Americans, but we know that there are certainly there's some genocide involved, so it's not just the flowery picture that is perceived to be. But the good thing is that there has certainly been some good that's come out of it, in that many families get together, families and multiple families get together to celebrate this holiday. So anyway, so whether you're going to your family's home or to someone else's, here are a few considerations to keep in mind. Bring something to the table. That's very important. You really should never go to another person's home empty-handed, especially not Thanksgiving. If you do not cook, you still have a lot of choices. Find a bakery and bring a sweet potato pie, unless somebody knows how to cook it better than you, then you'll be embarrassed. See, I'm helping be called because she didn't know that. A sugar-free apple pie, nobody's going to eat it. Or something other. You bring a sugar-free apple pie, you can make plans to take it home, which might work. Anything from freshly cut flowers or a beautiful and fragrant candle. And those things do matter, and I think that they're different because a lot of times if you know you can't cook, and it's kind of disrespectful to be bringing store-bought food to somebody's house, so after somebody's been slaving, especially if they've already made it. Don't do it. Number two, be on your best behavior, and that's always important. You should always aim to be on your best behavior. But just in case you have decided that today you're going to do better, here's B. Cole's advice for you. In the spirit of the holiday, come in peace. That means that if you have issues with your family or friends or whoever you're going to visit, don't spoil the day by picking fights or holding on to past resentments. Please don't do that. Actually, don't spoil your life holding grudges or holding on to past resentments, because you are the one that suffers. Be fully present in the moment and enjoy the company around you. That's important. Keep a clear head. That's number three. Stay away from too much alcohol. If you're going to drink, you need to drink in moderation. That's important. Holiday gatherings are prime occasions for rum, spikes, punches, and other, unless you're going to eat with the saints. The saints are not. I'm just going to skip this one because I'm going to assume that if you're going to be drinking today, you have already assigned to yourself guidelines for that. I will not be drinking today unless I have some apple cider, which wouldn't be bad. Be of service. That's number 4 or 5. Can't remember. There's always some help that's needed at big functions. Make yourself useful. Pick up something. Help do something. There's always room for you to assist, whether that's in the kitchen or in the living room or with the kids. Try to do something. I'm sorry, be calm. I'm enhancing her book here, I know. But be genuine in your offer, and then do the work that you have accepted. Do not say, oh, I'll do it, and then, oh, I'll wash the dishes, and then wash the dishes like you wash the dishes at your house. Remember, you're going to be on your best behavior, so you're going to wash the dishes the best way you know how. And then finally, leave when it's time to go. I'm just going to read what she said, because I know if I get too deep into this, it could be all night. Leave when it's time. Thanksgiving Day celebrations can run into the wee hours of the morning. In some homes, that's perfect. In others, it's a sort of source of discomfort. Pay attention to your host. If you get a sense that it's time for you to leave, or that they would like for you to leave, I don't need this. If you get a sense that it's time for you to leave, you need to get up and leave. And I think that if you know, first of all, there's always going to be that person who leaves first. All right, good to see you. Bye, talk to you later. Okay, so if that's not you, then you need to be saying, I'm going to be the 5th person to leave or the 4th person to leave, or I'm just not going to be the last person to leave. And I think that, especially if you are not in the family, or you are, I don't want to call you a third wheel, but for instance, me, I'm not going to just be the last person there, especially if I know that somebody has family from out of town or something like that. I think 2 or 3 hours at someone's house is enough. I don't know if you would just want to be sitting up in somebody's house until the wee hour of the night, the sun has gone down, they've lit a fire, they're trying to have an intimate moment with their spouse, and you're still there. You need to go home. You need to plan to go home. And if you need an excuse to go home, you don't need to feel bad about going home. If you have offered to help, when people start cleaning up and people have already had seconds, these are signs. And I think you can read somebody's body language when they're just standing up, or the host doesn't seem like they're comfortable, or they're standing by the door, like, and everybody is leaving. It's time for you to go. So hopefully you set some standards for which you will follow with regard to leaving, if you're going to be a guest at somebody's house. Well, I think that's enough for today. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and remember to give God thanks, because He is the reason for not just the season, but for everything. Amen? Goodbye.